Hello everybody, I am Andy McDaniel and welcome back to Critical Point. And when we left off, it was with this decision here before us. And by the way, nice panties there, Elise. And this is the last decision we have to make until we get to this ending, which is going to be ending 7. I keep saying episode 7 because that's the way the endings are labeled. They're not ending number, it's episode number, so yeah, this is actually episode 49, I believe. So we've gotten a lot of mileage out of this game already, and we still got so much more to go. But anyway, let's get right into it. It's been a little... The fuck? Okay, the game just minimized for a minute there. I think it's still recording. It seems to still be recording, so I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, it's actually been a few days since I recorded anything on this series, so accent may be a little rustier than normal. Ha! As if it was ever good. Alright, so should I allow her to leave or don't allow her to leave just yet? And survey says allow her to leave. Alright, go on then, Elise. I decided to allow her to leave. She sat up straight as if in a daze. Alright, good work. Go get some rest.
ありがとうございます。
Yes, you're welcome. Elise stood up sluggishly and saluted me and then turned to go. I could sense her anguish as I watched her shoulders slump. I can't even remember what the hell it was she was doing here. After Elise had left, I pored over the rest of the report. I was certain once I saw the section about investigation of her family. It looked like having Elise involved in what had to come next would be a bit cruel for her. I'd better handle this alone. Yeah, this is going to end splendidly, I'm sure. I left the room and headed for Carla's office.
いらっしゃい、タイ。何か良い知らせかしら。
Well, not exactly. Turns out you're the villain this time and I'm going to kill you. Or you're going to kill me. Something's going to happen, for sure. Carla seemed like her usual self as she welcomed me with a smile. Well, I have some good news and some bad news.
相変わらずもったいぶった言い方ね。いいわ。最近悪い知らせばかりだったから、良い方を先に教えて。
I struggled to maintain my composure. There's been some progress. I have a good idea of who our saboteur might be.
本当に？で、誰なの？
That's the bad news, Carla. It's you. I can't say quite yet. I'm not certain, but the circumstantial evidence is pretty convincing.
それは、まさか監視カメラの映像やトレポット5丁の証言に基づいているのじゃないでしょうね。
Corporal Treppo? I could understand her knowing about the video since we had watched it together, but I hadn't reported to her about Corporal Treppo yet. Giulietta reported already? I haven't looked it over yet. Or maybe she heard it from Elise. But Carla's answer was completely different.
いえ、そうじゃないわ。少尉じゃなくて、カミンスキー軍曹からちらりと聞いたのよ。
That muscle-bound numbskull! Kaminsky? So, he went ahead and gave his opinion, huh?
あなたの捜査がうまくいくように、私の補佐という立場をより浸透させるための話を軍曹としてたの。その時に。
Oh, really?
ともかく、いよいよ大詰めなのね。これ以上、私の部下を死なせるわけにはいかないわ。
She paused for a moment to collect herself.
頼んだわよ、大隅隊員。
I'll do my best to discover if you're the traitor or not. I replied flatly and unemotionally. Carla stiffened as she heard my tone.
それで悪い知らせというのはまさかまた犠牲者が出たんじゃないでしょうね。
That wasn't it. I got straight to the point of my penis. I don't mean to impose, but is your child doing okay?
ええ、もちろん元気よ。それがどうかして。
I shifted slightly so I could draw my gun in an instant. That's odd. Your ex-husband and child went missing about 2 weeks ago. I told her what Colonel Coyote's report had said. Carla's expression changed as I watched. Her expression didn't really change all that much. Her ex-husband and child had vanished without a trace. Kind of like that TV show. What's it called? CSI? CSI Miami? CSI New York? NCIS? NCIS Los Angeles? No. Law and Order Special Victims Unit. That's the one.
それは最近引っ越したって聞いているから。
Well, I guess that's a form of abduction. I mean, they were moved. If it was a regular relocation, the Intelligence Division should be able to locate them. Don't you think? That was quite obvious. It had to be abnormal if we couldn't locate their whereabouts. Carla should know that.
ああ、そうね。
She gradually became more and more flustered. It looked like now was as good a time as any. Will you tell me the truth? If you have any information, intelligence could help. After a moment of silence, Carla heaved a sigh.
もう隠し立てできないみたいね。
Are you speaking about your breasts? 'Cause I agree. As she replied, she took off her top. No, she walked around the desk and sat down in her chair.
あなた、最初から私をはめるつもりだったの？良い知らせっていうのも私のことだったのね。
Yes, and I've gotten you, repeatedly. She began to confess all by herself.
私の経歴は調べ尽くしたんでしょ？
Yes, you might as well assume that, even though it makes an ass out of you and Yumi. Yumi is a small Japanese girl who lives down the street, on the moon, for some reason. I don't know. Yes.
つい最近知ったんだけど、私の夫だった男性は敵の工作員だったのよ。
Turnip or zucchini? That was pretty much as I had suspected. That made the reason for the disappearance quite obvious. So, your child is a hostage?
ええ、そう。
Carla admitted this weakly. I continued with my questions. Why didn't you send me away? I'd only be an interference.
どうせすぐ次が送り込まれてくるわ。だから目の届くところに置いておくつもりだったのよ。私は基地司令ですもの。
What a good that did you. Her reasoning was flawless. It was her execution that left a little bit to be desired. She seemed to have accepted it already. Her voice remained steady. It's probably because she's reaching for a gun and she's gonna shoot me.
今回の件でベテランが送り込まれるほどのことはないと思ってた。
Hey, what's that
実
supposed
際派遣されたのは
I mean,
あなたのような青二歳。
yep. What's that supposed to mean? She chuckled ruefully. You bitch.
あら、ごめんなさい。別にあなたが無能だと言っているんじゃないわ。
Yeah, and don't you forget it.
私を追い詰めたのだものね。
And don't you forget it. But that hadn't been due to my own skills, that's true. In reality, I truly was a novice. Yep, that's me, super noob from the Newbie Way Galaxy. It was all thanks to Elise.
そうかもね。
As the tension relaxed a bit, I changed the subject, for some reason. Well, what's the enemy's plan then?
私への指示は基地機能を一時的に麻痺させることだった。あなたがエリスを使って修復させなければここまでするつもりはなかったわ。
It must have been a difficult choice for her.
私の誤算はあなたに与えられた権限を過小評価したことよ。それは上層部の判断そのものを過小評価したってことかしらね。
Yes, you overlooked something more critical, Elise's presence. Things would have been quite different if it had not been for Elise being here. The reason that High Command didn't think that it was simply carelessness that was at fault was because Elise was undergoing operational testing here. For better or worse, Elise, or military android prototype EL-03, was a top-secret development, and that had changed everything. To the bigwigs, a problem on a base with a P7 security present was no minor matter.
なるほどね。この基地でエリスの機密を一番認識してたはずなのに、それは見落としてたわ。
Yes, you're quite stupid, aren't you, Carla? Carla nodded to herself with self-derision. Colonel, let's finish this. We'll accept the we'll accept the responsibility of getting your child back for you. Carla laughed at my attempt to persuade her.
したいで。
Yes, if that's what it comes to, you'll still have your child back and all, so it's not all a loss, you know. Dead kid's better than no kid at all. Actually, it's about the same, really. So, yeah, never mind. Colonel, my voice displayed my shock.
あなたも軍人なら、特に情報部の人間ならよくわかっているはずよ。
Yes, but we've already established that I'm a moron. She stood up weakly.
しかも人質は1階のローカル基地司令の子ですもの。なおさらだわ。
I don't like the look on her face. She's going to kill me, isn't she? Her expression, no, her entire face suddenly changed. Yeah, she went psycho bonkers crazy. She looked as though she were possessed by a psycho bonkers crazy person.
それにね、もし子供が無事に取り返せたとしても、母親のしたことを知ったらどう思うかしらね。
You had no choice, right? You didn't have any room for rational judgment. You're a woman. I mean, your son would know that too. I still tried to persuade her. However,
ここまでしてるのに、今さらもう遅いわ。
It's never too late for love. Her strong sense of responsibility might be interfering with my attempts to persuade her. Still, I wanted to help Carla. Then you leave me no choice but to place you under arrest. It looked like there was no other path left to me but the use of force. I drew my pistol and pointed it at Carla. And then...
邪魔はさせないわ。
Uh-oh, I'm gonna die. Something dropped from Carla's sleeve into the palm of her hand. A knife? Really? You're bringing a knife to a gunfight? Really, Carla? You just want to die, don't you? It was a thin ceramic commando knife. It couldn't be picked up by a metal detector. You think you can beat a gun with that? Well, that's a very good question, actually. Carla smiled thinly at my question.
マックスってご存知？
Maximilian? The $1 million dog from the show $1 Million Man, $6 Million Man, or Bionic Woman? I can't remember which one he was in, but that Max? Is that the Max you're referring to? Because yes, I do vaguely remember that episode. And it was cool, because Bionic Dog, that's awesome. No?
教えてあげるわ。M 部隊で使われた実験薬よ。
Oh, that's good. That sounds amazing. What in the world was she talking about? Woman stuff, probably. I don't understand a word that comes out of her mouth. I listened carefully to determine what she was really saying.
代謝機能と精神的制約を緩め、一般兵士でも超人的な力を発揮できるようになるの。頭も冴えるし、後々の副作用もなし。理想的でしょ?
Sounds like it, but what the hell does that have to do with anything? Oh wait. Oh, I'm dead. Sure. In other words, that's what she had used to attack the engineering personnel. And she dressed up appropriately to cast suspicion on Elise.
でも、お蔵入りになったわ。服用中は精神の枷が外れることで残虐になりすぎるのよ。敵だけじゃなく、ちょっと気に入らない仲間にまでね。
Any user turned into a berserker?
なぜこんなことを教えたかわかる？そろそろ聞いてきたわ。効果が出るまでに時間がかかるのが欠点といえば欠点ね。
Not good. I squeezed the trigger without any further hesitation. Carla was no longer where I had been aiming. Uh-oh. I heard the sound of air being sliced and something struck my body. Oh, the knife was buried to the hilt in my chest. Ugh. A second strike resulted in the sickening sound of my neck being sliced open. Oh, brutal.
あなたのこと嫌いじゃなかったんだけど。
Yes, it is. I heard her comment as I pitched forward just as I lost consciousness. And there you have it. Episode 7. Other times, other manners. And, I'm somewhat tempted. No. I'll end it here. Next, the path to ending 8 is virtually the exact same as it was to get to this one. It's just I choose the other choice for the last choice. So that'll be next episode. But anyway, there you go. Ending number 7 of Critical Point. That'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I am Andy McDaniel. Until the next one, see yas.